You know, people when these bloggers or whatever, they be talking about tea and getting the latest tea. This is actually coffee, but let's pretend like this tea. I'm kind of, I don't know, I guess I should be flattered. Somebody added me today. First of all, I think I've had a Twitter account from quite some time, but I've never used it. But I got added on YouTube based upon a video I did about TJ Holmes and Amy Robach, giving you my opinion and stating that I think they've been, let's just call a spade a spade. I think they've been fucking for over a year. I thought it was closer to 2 years even. And I said that you can check the receipts on the videos I submitted the other day, right? So this dude added me today like, you don't really watch GMA3 regularly, really. And I don't know if it's because on the video I'm probably using a lot of ebonics. I probably sound super ignorant. But I'm like, damn, he added me like, he don't think I watched the show. Like, I don't know what they call it. I'm clout chasing over this bullshit. So, you know what? I even took some notes. I didn't bring my notepad in this room. I think I could go off the top. First of all, I just showed my little work there. I worked in public health for over 30 years, so I had a vested interest in public health matters, period. Matter of fact, I deployed to New York City in April 2020. I worked at JFK Airport for COVID-19 response. Back then, we didn't have a vaccine. We had masks. We had mitigation strategies. When I got back from New York, it was the end of April, early May. That's when I started watching GMA3 because while I was in New York, they had excellent local media that were going over all the statistics. And I was in New York, so I wasn't watching national shows. I was watching that New York shit, right? But when I got home, and I live in Georgia, I was watching GMA3. They were doing what is it called? What You Need to Know. And they were doing thorough morbidity and mortality reports, I think like on a rolling daily basis. They was telling you how many more new cases there were, how many deaths from COVID, okay? And then they had noted experts who I respected, like, what was his name? Surgeon Generals, or people like, what's his name? Gupta was on there. I forget the black guy name who was the Surgeon General under President 45. I mean, they had a rotation of well-renowned physicians whose minds I personally respected because I know these guys' resume is tighter than mine. I'm not a physician, but I was a public health advisor. And for those that know, to me, public health advisors are the backbone of CDC. You could ask people that are in the know. Some could debate it, but as far as people that go out and do contact investigations, who might be evaluating clients, which was what I was doing in New York, doing a myriad of things in the public health realm. But that was my career, so I was interested in this show. So I've been watching that show since 2020. And I always thought that TJ Holmes and Amy Robach were very flirty, very friendly, but I thought it was a little flirty, a little too intimate for me. And I'll give you examples of things I used to see on this show. I remember the time when he started calling her Robes. Like TJ gave her that nickname. And somebody asked her about it on one of the episodes. And she was like, well, I like when he calls me Robes. And I thought, like, damn, if I was her husband, I'm like, bitch. Well, I wouldn't call it, but yo, when you doing shit like that, I might call you out your name. It hurt me for him. Because I'm like, that's very intimate. He giving you a nickname? Like, I don't know what your husband called you, but damn, baby, honey. So that's one thing. Recently, this was in the last 2-3 weeks, she had a new haircut. And when someone else was complimenting her, TJ said, thank you. And I'm like, wait a minute. Ain't he give Amy a chance to receive the thanks for her neat haircut? TJ was like, I cut her hair. This is before this scandal broke. I was like, I know he fucking her now, because what is more intimate than a haircut? Especially, I'm like, how many women let their man cut their hair? Yo, I got experience with women. They barely let you touch their hair. Talking about cutting it. When he said that, I said, he cutting her hair. He mowing her grass too. Like he mowing her lawn, right? Besides just cutting her hair, if you know what I mean. That's just a very intimate act. It's super intimate. They mentioned that there was, I guess, a coiffure expert was on the side. I guess it's somebody like holding TJ's hands while he was cutting her hair with the scissors or whatever. But still, she let TJ cut her hair. And I'm like, she married to another man and he cut her hair? It was just reinforcement for me. Matter of fact, this shit to me was going on for so long. I myself wondered, like, are they swinging? Because Amy and TJ is super intimate. It looked like they fucking. I'm like, well, maybe, they swapping. Nah, not saying that both spouses are blindsided by this stuff. Again, you can check what I wrote the other day. I said they was fucking over a year, and it's coming out that they were. Other things, I'm trying to think off the top of my head over the course of time that made me suspect it. The body language. Let me sip my coffee that I'm gonna play like this tea. So you can sit up straight. I ain't no newscaster, but they got the news desk. But oh my goodness. If Dr. Jen is over here and she asks Amy a direct question, Amy could start looking at Dr. Jen. But then she looking at TJ making Google and she'll still be talking to Dr. Jen. I'm like, wait a minute, how'd that go? Or it's just so much of the, head nods toward them and all the chair dancing she would do. Go back and look at old episodes. I'm like, is she trying to sexy dance in the chair for TJ? Or is she doing this for America? Because she needs some practice with the chair dancing too, by the way. But the training for a half marathon. I've never run a half marathon. I walked over 20-something miles one night, though, in Cleveland, Ohio. And that's another story. But to train with another person for something that strenuous, that's intimate. That's something you do with your intimate partner, right? Unless I don't know, you're on a professional team. And saying that, just so she said it had such an influence over TJ to get him to do that. And, they would laugh and joke about it. I'm doing this is going to be better off for your health. I know she would tease him about how many hours of sleep he gets. She know all that shit. The double dating. I'm like, what a stab in the back to, wasn't it Andrew Shue? That you've been double dating with this guy and he fucking your now ex-wife? The fuck? That's why on one of my videos, I called TJ and Amy. They some habitual line steppers. Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. This is some fucking habitual line stepping because, in America, some people don't like interracial dating. They think it's a taboo. And some people they get mad about that shit. Conservatives and people that are not so much conservative, Another sip. So TJ crossed that racial line. The married, both of y'all married line. Like, damn, adultery on both parts? The fuck? Then 3, at work. Don't get your honey where you make your money. I learned that a long time ago. I said it on some of these videos. Don't do it. So some of the other things that I think would qualify me to speak on this subject, I've had a career. I work with a bunch of women, black women, white women, Spanish women. I work with a bunch of badass women. And I'm wondering, am I so enraged about this? Not because I do feel deceived by them because the little wholesome atmosphere and I'm watching every day. It's like they're part of the family. I know about the kids and, oh, this is another thing that I'm really outdone with. I watched the show enough that I saw the episode where Amy was bragging about that book she wrote. Excuse me. She and her ex-husband wrote this book blended together with the little chipmunks and the squirrel animated drawings to show blended families and how they work. And TJ was gushing over that shit. So I'm like, damn, he was fucking her when he, you and your husband, man. All the fakeness is fucking me up. And then, again, I wonder, I was raised different. I went to Sunday school. I went to church. I know about the 10 Commandments, but also, I think it was one of my grandmother's sisters that told me when I was young, boy, if you mess with a married woman, you commit adultery every time you have sex. Your penis gonna shrink accordingly. And I was like, what? I ain't got no big old alleged Pete Davidson dick, how they describe him, how he fucking all these women because he got this big stovepipe. I got what I got. It is adequate, but I'm like, damn, I don't need it to be shrinking because I done fucked some married woman. So from childhood. I'm like, nah, I ain't trying to do that. Now, when I was 18, you know, I've had some experiences where in the workplace, women came at me, not just assertively, aggressively. You know what I mean? But yo, I drew the line when it came to that married shit. Like, nah. And I think like, oh, the pussy I turned down because she was married or it was work related. Because, you know, I had a mortgage, I had car notes and shit, lifestyle. I wasn't trying to lose my job over some sex. Fuck that. Again, don't get your honey where you make your money. But anyway, maybe I'll keep talking about this situation as it unfolds. I just wanted to make a video because I'm like, damn, this dude calling me a liar. Like I didn't even watch the show. Not that I'm a professional psychologist, but I've worked in public health for 30 years. I've been around a lot of people. I used to interview clients, the whole nine. Human behavior is something I've observed for quite some time. And I've seen situations where I suspected people in the workplace and then came out, oh my goodness, I ain't gonna say what city I was in, but it was in the 305. You can take that. Well, dude, they had to get rid of him and he was kind of high up on the food chain, messing around with women at work. Don't get your honey where you make your money. Don't do it. And you know, if you're married, honor your vows. Stay with your wife. And if you don't want to stay with them, get divorced. That's what I did. You know, that's what we did. Shit, my wife, ex-wife probably was tired of me too, but you know, I never cheated though. But we'll talk later.